I did a video the other day talking about Indiana Republican Senator, I think his name is Jim Banks. He refused to show up to a town hall meeting where there were angry constituents that wanted to ask him questions, but he did send a camera crew and a guy with donuts so that he could get the angry reaction of his constituents when donuts showed up, but he didn't. And he could mock them by posting it on social media and calling them woke Democrats. This is the guy who we showed you. There was a gentleman that was following him through the halls of Congress, just asking him, "What are you going to do to protect the jobs of people like myself who lost their job as a result of the Doge cuts and what Donald Trump is doing to this administration?" And he ignored him all the way until he was safely in the elevator behind his guards, and then he said, "You probably deserved to lose your job." And the guy said, "Why did I lose my job?" And this senator said, "Because you look like a clown for asking an elected representative what they're going to do for citizens of the country." That made him look like a clown. He said, "You probably deserve to lose your job," which means he didn't even know what his job was. And now he's taking the TV claiming, without even knowing what the guy's job is, that it was a woke job.
Laid off in all these massive job cuts that Doge and President Trump have been doing?
Look, this guy was chasing me and other Republican senators through the hallways. Of course not. My comments were directed at this fellow, who can't even explain what his job was. It was a woke job that wasted taxpayer dollars, and I'm thankful that President Trump eliminated that job to save tax dollars at a time when we have a $37 trillion national debt. That's what we're getting at. Cut wasteful spending, save those tax dollars. No hardworking family in Indiana deserves to pay the salary of someone like that.
I'm genuinely asking, how do you know what job he has or had?
He can't explain it. I've read online what he had to say about his job. It doesn't make sense. He couldn't even explain it on CNN earlier today when you had him on your station exactly what he did do, which is what he was a probationary short-term.
Doesn't even know what the guy does, but he knows it was woke. If you use the term woke for everything you don't understand, you don't like, or that scares you, you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. Furthermore, if you vote for this senator, you're a dumbass. And he's thankful that an American citizen was put out of work without even knowing what that American citizen does. These fucking people do not give a shit about Americans. They don't give a shit about the economy. They give a shit about themselves and only themselves. And I'm not saying the Democratic Party gives a shit about you necessarily either, but at least they're trying to pass legislation that helps you. Not going on TV and saying that you deserved to get fired from the job he can't describe. It's fucking disgusting.